What's going on, guys? So in this video I have my first ever Diamond Dynasty game, and I went and I got MLB The Show on the first game. I didn't play it at all last year, but here will be my first ever attempt at MLB The Show. So I start off with my favorite players so far, Eric Young Jr. He has 99 speed, so he legs out a single right off the bat. Next up is Eric Ibar. Eric Ibar comes up, and I used to have myself, because you can like create a player in this, so I used to have myself at the number 2 spot, but my guy wasn't doing anything, so I put Ibar there because I really like the lefties. I find most pitching I'm facing has been righties, so I've been using a lot of lefties. Next up is Ryan Braun. Ryan Braun has been like iffy so far. He's been all right, but the real stud of the group has been Jose Bautista. There's actually a wild pitch where Eric Young moves up to second for Jose. He's one of my favorite players in real life too, because I'm a Blue Jays fan, and he starts off the game with a huge home run, like 400 and some feet. So that gives me a lot of momentum right off the bat. Really hoping to use it. Ian Kinsler comes up and gets another base hit, so I'm really seeing the ball well in this game. My timing was, as I've been playing more, because I didn't play last year, my timing has gotten better. But then Travis d'Arnaud, he pops out, so that's it for the first half inning. I end up getting 2 runs in the first half inning, which I'm pretty happy with. So now pitching, I think, is what I'm stronger at. I'm not a great hitter, but this pitcher, I've never used him before. There's a strikeout. He has the slowest release ever. Like, just so slow. There's a nice ground out that he forces. Eric Ibar gets it and throws on to first, but his release, like, I got rid of him early in this game, which I kind of regretted, but just because he was so slow. He was getting a lot of strikeouts though, so we get 2 strikeouts there. Eric Hosmer comes up, my first baseman. He grounds out, followed by, this is Brett Barrett. He lines out. He has been terrible for me. I have him up to like a 94 overall too, so it's pretty disappointing. And then my pitcher actually hits a really deep fly ball. I was quite impressed. I think in Diamond Dynasty, everyone, you play like NL rules, so the pitchers hit. He comes out to the next inning, gets a nice single. Wasn't really expecting that. His timing was really off at the start of the game. You could tell he didn't really know what he was doing, but here he really starts to get my pitches. I stopped kind of throwing the junk and thought I could just throw fastballs by him, but that was not the case. There I get a strikeout. So now there's 1 out. There's 2 runners on. This is big. So I decide to intentionally walk this guy in order to get to the pitcher, and then I decide to go strike out the pitcher. That's really smart. If you see the pitchers behind there, intentionally walking is a good idea. He comes out, he walks Ryan Braun, and then Bautista comes up clutch again with another huge hit into the gap. His guy messes up on it, so Ryan Braun comes in to score. That was pretty big. That got me up 3-0. Jose's when I first got Jose, I was really struggling, but now he's been doing better. And then I fly out. Ian Kinsler flies out, so I end up skipping the next inning because it was pretty boring, no action. But Eric Young Jr. comes up again. I think he's got the best average on the team. He's hitting like almost 500. He gets on base again. Eric Ibar takes a walk. So then he's got Ryan Braun, and Ryan Braun strikes out again. I really don't like these righties. So we got Jose up though with 2 guys on. What are we gonna do with it? And he ends up going too far on the swing, and he strikes out. And then I go to the gap, and I think that this is gonna be a hit. I really did, and then he catches it in the warning track. So I'm back pitching. This is the bottom of 5. I'm up 3-0. I strike out the first 2 batters. Third batter as well lines out to my second baseman. So we are going to the top of 7 now. He walks Ryan Braun. Brett Barrett comes up, hits it over the middle. Once again, he's the king of the double play, but this guy doesn't end up throwing the double play. Last couple games I've been in, my own player has hit into so many double plays. It's been driving me absolutely crazy. We draw a walk. Then we get hit by a pitch. Now we got bases loaded, and Eric Hosmer hits it up the middle and gets a huge base hit to bring in 2 runners. But then my slow catcher, Mark Trumbo, who I put in late in the game, ends up getting tagged out at home. So then I go, Brett Barrett has a big chance, and he strikes out. So he has a chance here. 5-2. He ends up grounding out to Eric Ibar. Eric Ibar is a great shortstop. His fielding is absolutely awesome. I haven't had any problems with his fielding. And then he ends up popping out to Eric Hosmer. I got a lot of, I think Eric Hosmer. If so, I got a lot of Erics on my team. So Eric Ibar starts off. He strikes out. The next thing out was a stupid pitch. And that was pretty much it for the inning. Nothing really happened there. I think I actually struck out 3 times right there. Here, big opportunity to stop him, and my third baseman, Ian Kinsler, really messes up. So then he gets to a chance, and he decides to hit a home run. Next pitch. Absolutely sucks that all I would have had to do is catch that fly ball, and I'd still be up 6-2. But I'm still up by 3-1. Oh man, that was a list. 3 runs. So I strike out a couple guys, and then he hits a deep fly ball to Eric Young Jr., who's been absolutely amazing in the field. Everyone else, like I think Bautista's had a few errors, but Eric Young has been very clutch. Ryan Braun gets walked. He really wasn't throwing to Ryan Braun. And then Jose decides to pop up again. Oh my god, driving me absolutely crazy. And then Mark Trumbo strikes out, but we get the steal on, so we have a runner on second. What are we going to do with it? We had a deep fly ball to the left. I thought it might be fair, but I was like, no, it'll get out of bounds. But he ends up catching it. So it's still 6-3 going into the bottom of the 9th. This game should be pretty much over. I just got to get a few stops. I end up getting the first guy out, which was absolutely huge. And then he gets, Eric Ibar does the Derek Jeter throw over to first, but he misses it. We don't get him in time, so he's got a chance here. Gets a nice hit down the line. So in this pitch, I'm thinking like, okay, let's get a double play ball. That's all I need. I'm going to pitch low. I really want a double play ball. I get exactly that. Brett Barrett throws it to Eric Ibar. I'm tapping circle, and he doesn't throw it. So I was like, that's going to cost me. That could have been the ball game right there. But instead, I messed it up. So here comes the next hitter, the number 3 hitter on the team, and he hammers a 3-run shot to absolutely sucks. I was shocked when that happened. I was like, there's no way I am that unlucky. We end up getting the next guy though. So this is going into extra innings. I start off by grounding out with Eric Hosmer. I really wanted to get something started, but I just couldn't. Like nothing was. The later it got in the game, the worse my bats got. And then Brett Barrett, it's a really solid. He hits it hard, but right to the center fielder. And then Anthony Ghost pinch hits for the pitcher, and he ends up grounding out. So we're going to the bottom of the 10th. We'll see how this goes. We got a strikeout right off the bat in the bottom of the 10th, and then we get a nice ground out. Ian Kinsler makes a nice play here, throws it on to first, gets the out. So we need one more out here, and then Eric Ibar makes a great play stopping and hitting the throw over, so I'm very happy about that. So now we got Eric Young Jr. starting off the inning. He hits a line out right to the third baseman. How inconvenient. And then Eric Ibar grounds out to the second baseman. So this is not looking too well. They intentionally walk Ryan Braun, and then they intentionally walk Jose Bautista to bring up Mark Trumbo, which was absolutely like not good at all. Mark Trumbo ends up grounding out. So we're going to the bottom of the 11th here. He gets a base hit right off the bat. I knew I was in trouble when on that first thing he got a base hit. It was not good at all. But I'm going to try here. He ends up, next batter, hitting it into the gap. I throw to the cutoff man because I thought he was closer, and he ends up going home and absolutely shocking me by going home. And they end up winning the game, you guys. So let me know if you like this Diamond Dynasty game and if you want me to bring more. I know a lot of my subs are Madden. This is my first time ever commentating for MLB, so it was a little bit difficult, so bear with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video though, and please let me know in the comments, because I will totally I have a pack opening that I could do for Diamond Dynasty if you like. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you next video.